When I first started, I thought cheaper prices was the way to go. I was hoping that it would make selling easier. So I decided to start with a lower price. Then I lowered it again. For a second, it looked like it worked. More people said yes. More people seemed interested. Then the work started. Those cheaper clients became the hardest clients I had ever worked with. They questioned everything. They moved slow. They ignored the steps I gave them. They blamed me when the results didn't show up fast enough. And I remember thinking, am I just not good enough for this? Actually, that was not the problem at all. What happened was I selected bad clients through my pricing. It took me way too long to admit this. So in this video, I want to transfer everything I know about this and all the lessons that I've learned to you. I want to talk about what I call the beginner pricing curse. Yes, it truly feels like a curse. I'll explain how. Because your price does more than decide how much money you make. Your price decides who you attract. And if you're trying to build an agency, coaching business, consulting offer, or any service business, this lesson can save you months of stress and maybe even years. For context, I'm building my agency in real time right now. On May 10th, 2026, that's exactly almost about a month from this upload, I signed up with HighLevel last month. I sure worked hard on it. I started reaching out, cold call, DM, SMS, email, the works, everything. And about a week later, on May 15th, I closed my first dream client at $3,000 upfront and $700 monthly retainer. That was a big moment for me, grateful for it. Yet, I'm still a beginner. So I'm not sitting here acting like I'm at $100K a month. I'm not even at $10K a month yet. Perhaps I'm just one step ahead of you. And I'd like to just share with you all my learnings just by being in front. That's the whole reason why I'm starting this channel. I'm documenting the journey as I build my agency to 10K in public. And my commitment is simple. I'm posting every day in the morning until I get there. So when I talk about pricing, I'm not talking from top of the guru mountain up here. I'm coming to you from the middle of it all. The things that I've just learned just recently, the messy part. The part where you're trying to get clients, stay confident, improve your offer, and not make dumb decisions because you're scared. I know. I'm there with you. And pricing is one of those areas where fear can quietly ruin the whole business. It almost ruined mine. Low pricing feels safe at first. You may feel like that. You're thinking, if I charge less, more people will say yes. And that is so true. Sometimes they do say yes because of your low prices. But that's what makes it so dangerous. You get rewarded for the wrong move. A $1,500 offer feels scary, so you drop it to $1,000. Then $1,000 still feels hard to sell, so you drop it to $750. Now you're down to $200 a month and it feels easier. So you tell yourself, okay, this is working. But what happens next? You need more clients to hit the same income goal, a lot more. You have less room to deliver properly. You feel more pressure. Then you start taking people who are unsure, who are hesitant, and already asking for discounts from the beginning, already needing too much convincing. And then you wonder why they act difficult after they pay. Well, let's think about it for a minute. If someone fights you for 3 days over the price of your offer, what do you think they're going to do when it's time to implement? Are they going to move fast? Are they going to trust the process? Are they going to take responsibility? Or are they going to question every little thing because deep down, they still are not fully convinced about your offer, or they're not even believe in you? That's the cost. Cheap clients can take more time, more energy, more emotional space, and more patience from you. And because they pay less, you feel trapped because you need the money. You can't give them a premium experience because the math just doesn't support it. You run out of time in a day. Then your confidence drops, your delivery gets harder, then your results become harder to produce. You're thinking now, maybe I should lower the price again. And now the cycle gets worse. That's the beginner pricing curse. A spiral down to the bottom. You see, this spiral, how it works is that you start by lowering your price because you lack confidence. Then the lower price attracts clients who treat the work like it has low value. After that, their behavior hurts your confidence even more. Then you lower the price again. And now you're not building a business, you're building a stressful job with horrible margins. I'd like you to remember this. Price is a filter. Price is a filter. That's the lesson. Price filters out bad clients. Now, let me make this clear, however. A higher price does not magically make a bad offer good. You still need to solve a real problem. You still need to deliver. You still need to communicate clearly and need to care about the result. But once the offer is valuable, the price starts shaping the room you're selling into. A $200 buyer and a $3,000 buyer are completely different people. You can have the same service, the same deliverables, but different buyers. Why? Because the $3,000 buyer is usually thinking about the outcome. How can this help me make more money? How can this save me time? How can this fix a bottleneck in my business? And how fast can we start? The $200 buyer often have a different energy. They have questions like, can you do it cheaper? How do I know if this will work? Can I pay later? What exactly am I getting? Can you also add this and that afterwards? And again, this isn't about judging people. Everyone has to start from somewhere. Some people genuinely just can't afford a higher price. That's okay. But you do not have to build your business around the most hesitant buyer in the market. You do not have to price your offer for the person who needs 3 discounts, 4 follow-ups, and a miracle before they make a decision. Here's an example. Imagine you're running a restaurant. You sell a $5 steak dinner. These days, that's less than a tank of gas. What kind of customer does that attract? A lot of people will appreciate it. I know for sure I'd appreciate it. $10 or $5 steak dinner? Great. But a good chunk will ask why the portion is small. They'll compare you to McDonald's. They'll expect everything instantly. And then they'll complain the steak isn't perfect. Now imagine you sell a $75 steak dinner. Now with the amount of money that you can receive from that pricing point, the whole environment changes. You have table settings. The expectation changes. The clientele changes. The same piece of meat can feel totally different based on the frame around it. Your offer works the same way. Your price is part of the frame. If you price like your work is a tiny side favor, clients will treat it like one. But if you price like your work solves a serious business problem, the right clients start to see it that way as well. Again, the offer has to back it up. You can't just slap a bigger number on a weak promise and hope people respect it. But if you know your service can help someone make money, save time, book more calls, close more deals, follow up faster, or fix a real pain in their business, then charging too little can actually hurt both sides. Well, how so? You hurt yourself because you can't deliver with enough margin. You run out of time in a day. Then you hurt the client because they don't take the work seriously. That's the strange part. A higher price can create better behavior in people who are purchasing it. When someone pays more, they pay attention. They show up. They answer faster. They implement quicker. They ask better questions. They value the process. And because they value it, they often get better results. Then really, after that, when you see these results, your confidence will naturally grow. Then your proof grows. Your referrals network grows. Then selling becomes cleaner. So to summarize, remember this. A low price can get you a yes. A strong price can get you the right yes. That last part really matters, gentlemen. The right yes. Because not every yes helps your business. Some yeses cost you more than the money they bring in. A bad client can drain your whole week. A wrong fit client can make you even question yourself. So here's what I do this week. Set a timer for 45 minutes and create your pricing filter sheet. Nothing fancy. Open a doc, write down 5 things. First, write your current offer. The first thing, what is your current offer? What do you help people do? Be clear. An example would be, I help plumbers recover missed calls and follow up with leads faster using automations, for example. Or I help coaches book more sales calls with a simple follow-up system. Second, write your current price. Be honest. There's no shame in it. Write the number. I should write this down. The first, current offer. Excuse my handwriting. Number 2, current price. Now be honest. Write the current number. And the third, write the type of client that the price has been attracting. So the current offer, current price, and the type of client you're attracting. Here's an opportunity, number 3, to really think about your current clients. Are they fast? Are they slow? Do they trust you? Do they need too much convincing? Do they implement quickly? Do they pay on time? And here's the big question. Would you want 5 more of the clients you currently have? That last question is important. Would you want 5 more? Because if the answer is no, your price may be pulling in the wrong type of buyer. And now, finally, the fourth, right? The new minimum Pricing. New price. This number should make you slightly nervous. Not delusional, just slightly nervous. If you were charging $200 a month, maybe the next step is $500. If you were charging $1,000, maybe the next step is $2,000 or $3,000. I went straight to $3,000. And yes, I was nervous. But it worked. And I'm probably going to be increasing my prices very soon. Pick a number that gives you enough margin to actually do good work. The main point here is to actually do good work. And the fifth, create a rule. Create a rule that is written down and ready to go. A rule is something like, I do not take clients below this price unless there is a clear strategic reason. That way, it keeps you honest. This rule will help you maintain this price from now on. Protect yourself with this rule. Because when you're on a sales call and the person says, can you do it cheaper? The fear in you will want to answer. Having the rule written down before the call gives you something to stand on. And if you already have low-paying clients, don't panic. You don't have to burn everything down. Start with the next client. Raise the price for the next person. Improve the offer, improve the sales process, improve the onboarding, improve everything. Then build proof at that better price. That's how you grow into the number. You don't need to feel perfectly ready. You need to be responsible enough to deliver. Confidence often shows up after the decision, not before. Action comes first, gentlemen. Remember that. This connects directly to systems as well. Because when you raise your price, your delivery has to be organized. It has to be tight. A higher paying client should not feel like they entered a messy office. They should feel like there's a process. Lead comes in, follow-up happens, tasks are tracked, calls are booked, pipelines are clear, messages are logged, client communication should be simple. That's the reason why I use HighLevel. For agency owners, consultants, coaches, and service businesses, HighLevel has really been helpful in organizing leads, automating follow-ups, build pipelines, set up calendars, manage conversations, and create more repeatable client experience. And if you sign up through my link, I do get an affiliate commission. I want to be clear about that. But it doesn't cost you anything extra. And I'm also giving bonuses to help you make the setup easier. You get one-on-one coaching calls with me, first of all. Then you get help with A2P registration until you pass. On average, it has only been taking me about 2 days to pass A2P. And this is how I actually got my first client, SMS outreach. And that SMS outreach turned into my first client. You also get snapshots for pretty much every niche you can think of. You get access to our private community going live at the end of this month, June 30th. You also get coaching and courses going live also June 30th as well. You get white label videos you can use in your business. You get free weekly live streams where I answer your questions. You get a live boot camp to help you launch your business in under 1 hour. And if you sign up this month, you also get a full month of unlimited AI usage. So if you're serious about building the systems behind your offer, check out the HighLevel link in the description below and get 30 days free trial plus the bonuses I've just mentioned. And remember, the main point of this video is that the price is a filter. A cheap price can get attention. A strong price can attract better clients, better behavior, better implementation, and better results. So don't only ask what price will make people say yes. A better question would be this: what price helps me attract the kind of client I actually want to serve? Because the client you're choosing today shapes the business you're building tomorrow.